I will implement strong ideological screening of all immigrants. If you hate America, if you want to abolish Israel, if you don't like our religion, which a lot of them don't, if you sympathize with jihadists, then we don't want you in our country and you are not getting in, right?
It's the politics of hate, division, and white nationalism. It's not surprising that the worst people and their bigoted principles are on board.
I travel internationally all the time. And I sit with disgust and I see all these IOM plastic bags and these tens of thousands of people, International Organization of Migration, all these people being recruited from all over the world to fly into America on top of the millions of illegals that are allowed across the southern border. It really is the great replacement.
Well, no wonder they love Trump. They're all scared and claim they're being replaced because they think they have dominion over the rest of the world. And once that idea of their superiority is challenged, they mask their fears by daydreaming about violence.
Are we seeing the kinetic part of the Third World War actually come here to the United States with what we're seeing here over the last week or two?
This would be, I would say, just short of full-on armed combat. But yeah, remember those BLM gangs, controlled gangs, that's effectively Democratic Party militia that you saw in 2020. This is the 2024 version that you're seeing now. And the same way those people can show up with bricks and bats and edged weapons, they can also certainly be armed. You have a vast minions of fellow travelers controlled or influenced and paid by the left. It would be very interesting to see, to do the analysis, if law enforcement was doing its job to find out who is paying a lot of these agitators. A lot of the people that have been arrested at these campuses are professional rabble-rousers, Antifa types. They're not some student that's decided to get pissed off and stay home from class that day. They are organized, mobilized, trained with disciplined communications, with drones, literally with a playbook for how to run large-scale violent protests to disrupt our civilization.
So they're afraid of protesters against their government's decision to help Israeli leaders continue their bombing campaign against Palestinians. They're scared of protesters that were sick of watching police fulfill their bloodthirst against any citizen that they wanted to attack. And somehow, Joe Biden and the rest of the Democratic leadership is directing them. Sleepy Joe. They need to place these artificial enemies in front of their army of petrified supporters so that their leader can fulfill his dreams of avoiding prison.
He wants to go into a second term and consolidate power into the office of the presidency so that he can remove the guardrails that stood in his way from implementing his agenda the last time he was in office. What Donald Trump was conveying to me was that he would not be inclined to hire anyone who has come out and admitted that Donald Trump lost the last election. And so I think he is planning to fill the most important offices in the executive branch with true believers of the MAGA doctrine.
Is anyone going to ask prominent Republicans why they believe a president should have authority or control over the other branches of government when they never believed it before Trump? We're staring at a self-admitted fascist in the face every day, but won't ask his powerful allies how this isn't exactly what it is. We've seen the same approach in history before. Scare the shit out of your mentally fragile base and quickly become their deity so that they support your desire for absolute power. It's not complicated at all.
How does Trump's embrace and amplification of Christian nationalism compare to what we've seen in the past?
Well, we've never seen a presidential nominee, I would say, certainly in the last 70 or 80 years, right, run on such a frankly sort of white supremacist platform. He began it in 2012 when he first ran for the president by singling out Barack Obama and the birther conspiracy, which was essentially saying that the first American black president wasn't really an American. And I think in so doing, he signaled to unhappy whites out there that he was their guy, and he has been their guy ever since. And right now, there is a mutually dependent relationship between Trump and this core of white Christian supporters.